But hi, everybody. We're starting off today with the Ubisoft forward that's happening at noon, so in 20 minutes here. The last one, I think many of you know I was not great with, not particularly happy about. Not just because I wasn't excited about many of the games, but a lot of what's been happening at Ubisoft has been stuff that continues to kind of eat away at whatever goodwill, trust I might have in them to be able to deliver on some of the themes that they talk about, that they're exploring. Ubisoft has been in the news a lot over the last couple months, mostly involving allegations, to say the least, of sexual harassment. With the last Ubisoft forward, they had the removal or the quitting of one of their higher ups at one of their studios. I don't remember 100% that situation. It was a while ago now. But it was not addressed in the Ubisoft forward, and it looks like they're not addressing it this time either, because just a couple hours ago, and I'm going to switch over to it here. Just a couple hours ago, they put up this thing saying, hey, this is a message from our CEO ahead of time. 4 minutes here. We'll watch this really quick. And they're claiming, like, when they put the video on demand stuff out for this instead of the live showing, this forward will be included. But well, let's watch this. Make sure it's. I hope it's sounding well.
Hello everyone. In a short while,
Turn it up a little
we
bit.
will start our second Ubisoft Forward event. We designed it as a time for developers and players to come together to celebrate a shared passion for games. However, before we start, I'd like to say a few words about internal issues that have come to light recently. This summer, we learned that certain Ubisoft employees did not uphold our company's values, and that our systems failed to protect the victims of their behavior. I am truly sorry to everyone who was hurt. We have taken significant steps to remove or sanction those who violated our values and code of conduct, and we are working hard to improve our systems and processes. We are also focused on improving diversity and inclusivity at all levels of the company. For example, we will invest an additional $1 million over the next 5 years in our graduate program. The focus will be on creating opportunities for underrepresented groups, including women and people of color, to join and thrive at Ubisoft. We are at the start of a long journey. Real change will take time, but I am determined to do everything in my power to ensure everyone at Ubisoft feels welcomed, respected, and safe, and to rebuild the trust our teams, fans, and players have in us. Also, around the world, this year continues to be a time of societal unrest. I want to be clear. Ubisoft stands for equality and respect for all. Unfortunately, one of our recent mobile games included content that was inappropriate. This kind of oversight cannot happen. We are putting in place safeguards to prevent it in the future. We condemn anyone using our games as a proxy for hate or toxicity. We fully support the Black Lives Matter movement. And today, we are making an additional donation to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. Finally, the COVID pandemic continues to affect lives around the world. I hope that you and your loved ones are staying safe and taking care of each other. We are all in this together. At Ubisoft, a lot of our teams continue to work from home. I'm proud of their dedication and what they have been able to achieve despite these difficult circumstances. To conclude, I'm fully committed to leading the change at Ubisoft and to ensuring we always uphold and exemplify our core values in the company, the industry, the community, and in our games. I've always believed that great games have the power to bring people together and provide an outlet for self-expression and growth. This is essential, now more than ever. With that in mind, I hope you will enjoy some of the amazing games the teams at Ubisoft have been developing for you. Thank you.
Okay, so for a little bit of context, number one, they are addressing it, which is good. Number two, as Pushing Buttons points out, $1 million over 5 years is fucking nothing. And then, for context, in case people don't know, talking about Black Lives Matter and everything in there is because, what was it, last week, maybe 2 weeks ago now, their mobile game, Rainbow Six Elite Squad, Tom Clancy's Elite Squad, something like that. That's like a mobile game that they put out. Hey, Nichku. Thank you for subscribing for 8 months with Prime. Very much appreciate it. But for context, everybody, this Elite Squad game had an intro movie that kind of set up the premise, that used a lot of the raised fist iconography that you see in Black Lives Matter and a few other movements, in fact, but probably associated most closely with African American movements. I feel like that raised fist has been a symbol for a long fucking time. But the whole, like, premise of that game, like, yes, the intro movie basically saying, hey, we're going to use this iconography for our bad guys. The entire fucking premise of that game is protesters, is basically feeding into the conspiracy theories of protesters are actually some kind of insane terrorist group. And so the Elite Squad is a outside of legality force going out of the law to stop them, because that's the only way we can. And again, it's not explicitly Black Lives Matter, but the big controversy, they removed the intro video that had all of that iconography in it and everything. But like, when you look at that kind of stuff, he goes through in this little 4 minutes talking about trying to rebuild the trust people have for Ubisoft and everything. Like, a month ago, when I was talking with Azuma Games about the way they were advertising Far Cry 6 felt tone deaf and gross to me, a big part of that is because I don't feel like Ubisoft has earned it. And when they move forward and do things like releasing Elite Squad, when they move forward and continue to be fucking up in the same way over and over again, talking about how, oh, our games aren't political, blah, 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 but then this is the kind of shit that happens. I don't have any faith in this company to be able to address any of this in a thoughtful or good way, or even positive way. Like, whether or not thoughtful, even positive way. And the Elite Squad shit just sort of is another giant fucking blemish on this company in that way. Alright, let's switch over to this Ubisoft event. Here we go.
See the game.
Join us.
Hopefully they show us something exciting this time. 'Cause
Welcome back
last
to
time I was
Ubisoft
not
Forward.
excited.
Let's get started with a game you've been waiting to hear more about since it was teased last year. The gods of ancient Greece need a hero, and it's time to answer the call.
Wait, what was teased last year that we haven't heard about?
As the world crumbles,
Involving the gods of Greece? What?
our divine powers sealed away. Even the gods need a hero.
Okay. I do not remember this at all. But okay. I like the kind of cartoony look. Is this just Ubisoft does Breath of the Wild though? This very much
Extra
looks to me
production time
like
has allowed us to expand our vision and
like they
explore
are
new
just trying to make
opportunities beyond our
a
initial plan.
Ubisoft
We
version
felt the name
of
Immortals Phoenix Rising better reflected this new experience.
Breath of the Wild though.
Today, we're incredibly excited to give you the first in-depth
Which, like,
look
I guess
at our
that makes some
world,
sense
hero,
considering
and gameplay.
Ubisoft
Let's
kinda,
dive in.
in a lot of ways,
Immortals Phoenix Rising
created
is a third-person open
the
world
modern
action-adventure
open world game.
set in the fantastical landscape of Greek mythology.
created isn't the right
You'll
word,
play
but like
as Phoenix,
they
the
they
Greek
went
warrior
real hard on
shipwrecked
it,
a
and
mysterious
it's
golden isle.
easy to
Upon
think
your
about
arrival, you'll meet Hermes. Hermes
to
has
think
heard
about
of
the
prophecy
general
that
way
only you
that
can
open
save the
world
Greek
games have been
gods
made in the
and
last
reclaim
bunch of
their realm
years.
from Typhon, the
So-
deadliest titan in mythology.
Breath of the Wild being like Nintendo's take
This
on
entire
that, and
epic
then
story will be
Ubisoft
narrated
coming
by the
back and
titan
being like,
Prometheus
let's
and
Breath of the
Zeus,
Wild
king
one
of
of
the
our
gods,
games.
adding a unique
Like, yeah,
commentary
okay, that
and
makes sense.
perspective to this legendary tale.
When you're
The
flying
armed
around there.
hecatombs.
You don't like the graphics?
Harnessing
I
the
like
power of the
some of
gods
the
to
like
master a
enemy
tactical
design.
and
I think some of it
fast-paced,
looks pretty
over-the-top
cool,
combat
but
system, and solving puzzles and challenges scattered throughout the world to help improve your powers.
it looks so incredibly.
You'll also get
Hey,
to explore
Breath
an
of the
epic,
Wild did
vibrant,
good, so
and
we wanna make
stylized
that.
open world.
Most people think time is like a river.
Oh my god.
It flows swift and sure in one direction.
The Sands of
But
Time.
I have seen the face of time.
Are they putting out a fucking Prince of Persia collection?
They are wrong.
Oh, they're remaking it. Okay. All right.
Only the dagger can unlock the sands of time.
You know what? The first Sands of Time game is pretty fucking good. It's got a few issues, don't get me wrong, but
You cannot defeat this enemy. The sands will consume.
a full remake of that.
Come with me then. But I warn you, I move pretty fast. You'd better keep up.
I will say, if they're doing a full remake, they are not going hard on the fucking graphics to make it look too much better. But I'd be interested in this. I'd play this. I'd play Sands of Time again. And yeah, so they're saying alpha footage, and like, yes, this does look better, don't get me wrong,
of the prince and his abilities to
but it
do
does not
amazing
look like,
performance and amazing moves.
it does
We
not
use
look
the
like the
latest
jump to
technology as
modern
well as the motion
graphics that I
capture
would have
to bring
expected
realism
out
and
of
to bring
a
logic
out
and
of a
sense
remake.
into the story.
I like the battle royale format a lot, but boy, it feels like that market saturated so fucking quickly. So it's just been really hard for me to like want to check this out just because it's like I've played like 9 of these already. Okay. Give me something exciting here, Ubisoft, please. I like pixel graphics. 10 years. What did Ubisoft put out 10 years ago? Oh? Scott Pilgrim. Hold up. Was Ubisoft the publisher or something of this game? because that's very weird. Like, I know a lot of people really like this beat 'em up game. I only got to play a little bit of it way back when it was new. Back when Scott Pilgrim had his giant, I'm in a movie, I'm in a video game, I'm everywhere. But yes, Scott Pilgrim is apparently back from the dead. That's pretty cool. I thought this was just an indie game, though. I did not remember Ubisoft having anything to do with it.
No one's here to judge.
I want this game to be good, but every time that they have put more out about this game, I have become less interested. Which is really unfortunate. Oh my god, Aiden Pierce is coming to Watch Dogs Legion.
Older, but not necessarily wiser. Aiden Pierce will be a fully playable character in Watch Dogs Legion as part of our post-launch plans.
Found them. Check them out.
Honestly,
that's not all. We're gonna open up a whole new chapter.
Wasn't Aiden Pierce,
story as part
from
of
what
our
I recall,
DLC,
Aiden Pierce was
in our season pass.
incredibly boring, and nobody really liked Watch Dogs 1 very much.
To the Resistance.
But
Everyone has a
cool,
good
I
reason
guess.
to join the Resistance in Watch Dogs Legion.
Post-launch,
The fight for
you
freedom
can
begins
add him to
October
your
29th.
roster.
Here's one more thing.
Okay. Is it exciting? No? Oh, are they putting out another Trials game? Okay, maybe not. What? What the fuck is this? Other than looking incredibly fucking Fortnite-y. Riders Republic. Okay.
My name is Charlotte. I work in Ubisoft Annecy, and I'm a senior community developer. Today, I'm very excited to announce our new IP, Riders Republic. Riders Republic is a mass multiplayer game where you enjoy extreme sports outdoors together with your friends and the community.
Is this just
is known
steep?
for its expertise on many multiplayer games.
But instead of
There's
only
a huge
snowboarding,
world
you can
to
do
explore,
fucking
so
anything?
I'm very excited.
Riders Republic for me.
I think this is just steep.
Killing it on dream terrain with the sickest extreme sports and doing it with other people.
Sick extreme sports,
For
dude.
Riders Republic, it's one of those
Like,
visions
Steep
that
was
you're like,
about
oh, God,
a
this
real
game's
mountain.
crazy.
It seems like this is probably not like, hey,
This
we
game is
fucking
that
tried to make real
next-gen
mountain
social
for you to just
interaction
do
game
shit
with a
on,
huge
but
world and a lot of possibilities. It's literally an extreme sports fantasy land.
yeah, just a massive multiplayer, hey, go down hills with various extreme sports
the biggest,
game.
The most impressive natural places in the world. So we decided to go to the US national parks.
Okay,
So
no,
3D
they are
was
trying to
actually
do like
stitching
real
together
places
7
again for
regions
this
in a
one.
way that
This
feels
is totally
natural.
just steep.
But for each of them,
All right,
we actually use
got it.
a GPS.
Oh my god, they're gonna show us what the game actually looks like. Hooray!
God damn it, how do you...
Just want to see someone go down a hill, please. I don't need all these Fortnite costumes. I just want to see if the game looks fun.
We, the riders.
Just show me that third person behind the fucking character going down a hill so I can tell if this looks like fun. Ah!
We never stop doing things for the first time.
Here we go. Oh my god, that looks like it might be what the game looks like. Holy shit. We had like 3 seconds of it. Okay. First person, sure. This course is looking a little bit Trials-y. I mean, if it ends up being like a third-person Trials, or 3D, like third-person 3D Trials, I think there's space for that. Trials is fucking hard, but... There's a lot about this that seems like it could be really cool to me. But my bet is that this just kind of gets a few people going, hey, this is a cool thing, and then gets relegated directly into obscurity in the exact same way that Steep did. Like, this looks like there's more there. So maybe it'll keep a few people there a bit longer, but I continue to be relatively not excited about what Ubisoft is doing. While it's good that they addressed shit, I really don't like that they didn't address it in the actual Ubisoft presentation here. The fact that they're trying to keep all the bullshit of what's going on in that company so separate from these events is frustrating. Like, I get it. This is their advertisement. They don't want to be like, hey, we fucked up in an advertisement, but it's still annoying. Scott Pilgrim actually coming back, that's really cool. That was probably the most exciting thing to me. Watch Dogs Legion continues to look worse and worse to me every time they show more of it, which is a bad sign. Phoenix Rising, Immortals Phoenix Rising, I am curious about. I am unfortunately somebody who really didn't enjoy Breath of the Wild that much, and that game looks so much like they are trying to make their own Breath of the Wild. It comes off like just a little bit too derivative to me. I'm worried that it will just be a worse version of it. Like it looks like Ubisoft is trying to basically clone that game rather than be inspired by it. That doesn't mean it won't be cool. Like, I thought a lot of the enemy design looked really cool. Like, they have a lot in there to be excited about, I think, but it looks so derivative that it's worrying to me. And other than that, like, what did they fucking talk about? Hey, we have more Rainbow Six Siege stuff happening in esports. We want you to play Hyperscape, it's free. And that Steep sequel, which looks to me like, hey, did you like Steep? You'll probably like this, but again, I fear that it's just gonna get thrown off into obscurity in that same way.